Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel here, Doom Productions, home of the No Budget Film School. And we are going to die. No. Video Carnage is having a very... we're in the end stretch of making our feature film, Video Carnage.
Yep.
And we are absolutely exhausted because this has been going on for
Too long.
2 months.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just, we thought we'd be done a long time ago. So
Yep.
We're very tired. And rather than put out like a half-assed, like short video, or like try to scramble, we're kind of brain dead right now, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And we thought, rather than not put out any video at all, it would be good to we're just going to talk movies today.
Just gonna talk.
Because that's what got us into making movies, is watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you agree, but I think talking about movies or listening to people talk about movies is pretty therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice, and I enjoy, like, if you come up to me on the street and you're like, hey, what did you think of this movie or whatever? Or like, give me a movie recommendation. Like, I could talk for hours. I can go on. So
Oh yeah.
we're just going to talk about movies today. And we have no planning, as we said. We're just going to talk until the clock runs out. See where that takes us.
Yeah.
This is what working on a feature film does to you. So
Sometimes,
yeah.
So Jordan.
Yeah.
Give me a movie recommendation.
Movie recommendation. Okay.
What have you been watching? What should I watch? What should I do?
There's so many damn things you should be watching specifically. You either Royal You or You.
I asked the worst
for
question.
For context.
I'm just no. You say it.
There's a big laundry list of movies or shows that I've told him to watch that like either he's borrowed from me or like are in your queue or
The list is so long. I'm the worst filmmaker on earth because I forget to watch movies all the time. I'm like, I'm good. I'll watch them eventually.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at watching movies. I love watching movies. It's the problem too. I adore movies. I think they're the best thing ever. But oh boy, I'm so bad at actually sitting down to watch.
I'm like that when we're making a movie. So like right now, I'm not watching as much as I usually do. Usually what I did pre Video Carnage, like after I moved back here, it was like
You're just waiting for Justice League.
Well, aside from waiting from Justice League, it's like every Sunday I would try to watch something. So I have like a to watch stack, and there's some leftover stuff on that. So
I tried to start a to watch stack. Didn't work out.
That otherwise known as movies Jordan has loaned me.
I do have a pile of those.
Yeah. Rephrase your question again, but just this time better.
What are some movie recommendations you have for the audience?
In general.
In general.
Gee, okay. What have I been watching? What have you been watching? How about that?
I was trying to buy time so I could remember what I've been watching.
Okay. So I have been watching... What did I watch?
Because I've been watching cartoons a lot recently, actually. I've been watching a lot of Regular Show.
Same.
Yeah. We're huge fans of Regular Show over here. So that's been really big. I'm trying to finish up Clone Wars.
Yes. The Bad Batch is tonight.
Yeah.
If you're watching this.
I'm not there yet.
It is already aired. Yeah, Regular Show, cartoons. I think when you're making a movie, it's really easy to like... You don't necessarily want to sit down and watch like an Ingmar Bergman film. You just want to sit down. You want to veg out on the couch and just like decompress. So actually, what I was watching before Regular Show is I watched through Kim's Convenience, which is this this Canadian show about this Korean family in I think Toronto. They like have a convenience store, and that's a show that was in my Netflix queue for a really long time, and I just didn't get around to watching it until I think my dad actually said I should watch it or something recently. And then I watched it, and it was awesome. And the dad in it, he plays one of the Rangers in The Mandalorian.
Ooh.
The one that's not Dave Filoni.
Dang it.
And then the son, I can't remember his name, but he plays Shang-Chi, or he's going to play Shang-Chi in the new Marvel movie.
Nice.
So yeah, it's cool to see actors in like different type of stuff. Like the biggest answer to this is like Bryan Cranston, because he did Malcolm in the Middle for years, where he's like this goofy dad, and then he goes off and he does Breaking Bad, and then he's like the craziest scary guy ever. So seeing like an actor in like a comedic TV show and then go into like a blockbuster thing like The Mandalorian or a Marvel movie is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I had a better answer for like, I wish I could show off like how intelligent I am with my watching stuff, and like be like, I've been watching a lot of Francois Truffaut, I think is early, and like go into, I'm really bad at watching artsy fartsy movies when it comes to like when we're in the middle of making a movie.
No, I think the most recent stuff I've watched has been Godzilla, King of Monsters, and then Godzilla vs. Kong.
We saw Godzilla vs. Kong.
And I just discovered that, sorry, side thing, Superman Lois got added to HBO Max. I'm going to start watching that.
You need to watch that. That show's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be good stuff. And also I watched Wizard of Oz recently.
Nice.
Like the old OG Wizard of Oz. Because I'm researching for a different project I'm working on.
That's a thing that you can do as a filmmaker. No, you can't. Like, that's something I think that filmmakers do. I would assume most of them do. That's something we do. If you are making a movie, you'll watch similar type movies to get you in the mood. Like for, trying to think of a recent movie that people have seen for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh Brother. When I did Oh Brother, I watched adaptation by I can't remember the filmmaker, but I remember for Nick Cage, because he plays two twin brothers in that movie, and I wanted to see how he did it in there, and also like technically, like how they were able to, what techniques they used for like splitting the two sides of the screen. I also think I watched The Double by Richard Ayoade, because that has Jesse Eisenberg playing two characters. That is in your watch list. You have my DVD right now.
Yeah, to me last summer.
Yeah. But you watched Wizard of Oz for
research.
For research.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing.
Yeah.
Are there any other movies on that list?
For my research?
Yeah, for your research.
Yes, there are. An easy one, actually, is a short that you guys should just watch in general. I'm sure we've mentioned it before, but Death of the Tin Man.
Yeah, we've...
Like, great 10-minute movie you can find on YouTube for free. Go watch that. That movie is just so good. I'm trying to think, what are the other ones? I know I've got... there's this one that I discovered recently. I watched a trailer for, and it looks great. So I just need to go to my watch later queue here. Because I was like, oh my god. Hard to Be God. It's this Russian sci-fi film, and it looked really cool. And so I was like, the trailer at least has a vibe that spoke to me in the context of the movie I'm working on. So I was like, I'll go check this out.
Yeah.
Whether or not it actually works out, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Last Day of Childhood's a movie I watched, unrelated to my own movie. That was a great movie. You guys should go watch that. That's a free YouTube movie.
Yeah.
By Unmoved Productions. So go watch that. I'm blanking on my list of what other movies I have in that. I know I have a couple more that I need to do, but I'm also like, I'm in storyboarding mode right now, which kind of means I'm not doing anything. I'm not inputting as much. I'm just starting to like output. Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing in the film world that happened recently was obviously the Oscars that just happened.
Yes, they did.
Have you seen any of those? Did you watch any of those movies? Let's see what was.
I don't even know what's on the Oscar nominations. I haven't even watched the Oscars. I didn't check it out.
Let's go through. That would be a fun thing to do. I actually haven't looked. While I'm looking up the list, how do you feel about the Oscars? Because I know there's some hostile feelings towards it in some communities. I know there's some communities that really, really love it. And filmmakers have a wide range of how they feel about it. How do you feel about it?
Wonderfully indifferent. Okay. Like, I don't really mind. Like, I get why they exist. I get both sides of the argument of why people like them, why they don't like them. I just don't really care to watch. I want to know the results sometimes afterwards. Like, I'm happy to see, like, oh, that movie I really like. Glad that they got an award. Or, like, oh, I don't know if I agree with that. But at the end of the day, I don't put a lot of stock or care or anything into the Oscars. It just it hasn't been my thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather just watch the movie than watch people talk about and accept an award of the movie generally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a good accomplishment. Good for you guys. That's fine.
All right. So looks like Best Picture list. Here's what was nominated. The Trial of the Chicago 7. Did you see it?
Nope.
The Sound of Metal. Did you see it?
Mm-mm.
I really want to see it, but I haven't
heard of these.
This one's about a drummer who starts going deaf.
Oh.
He's like a heavy metal drummer, and he starts going
fear.
deaf. Yeah.
Oh.
And it looked really good. Promising Young Woman is another one.
Okay.
I wanted to see that one too. Have you seen that?
Nope.
Minari. Have you seen this one?
Nope.
I pre-ordered it on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I'm really bad when it comes to like renting stuff because I'm like, it costs so much money. I don't want to rent a movie for like $20.
Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah.
But for Minari, I was gonna buy tickets to rent it to see online. But it was $20 for like 3 days, and I was like, I'm gonna wait for the Blu-ray and just watch it, and then I'll have the Blu-ray and then I'll watch it.
Same price.
So I just pre-ordered it. I'm very excited to see it.
Nice. I
really like that actor Steven Yeun or whatever.
Yeah, he's good.
He's really, really good. Also got to watch it based on principle, just because support the Asian community out there.
Yep.
Because then hopefully gives me a better shot. Mank, I did see this. Did you see it?
I did not see Mank. No, we
saw
talked
Mank.
about it recently though.
We talked a little bit about it. Very well done. Pretty good. Judas and the Black Messiah.
So mad I didn't watch it.
I didn't.
We were in like the throes of watching or like working on stuff and working on things, and it would just. I never would like had the time or like the mental capacity to sit down with it.
Yeah.
Because I knew that movie like demanded my attention.
Yeah.
So it sat on my watch list until it was off that 30 days on HBO Max, and now I'm just waiting for it to come back out.
Yeah, that looks really
really cool.
The Father is another one. I haven't even heard of this movie. Oh, it's got Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
he's cool.
I've never heard of it.
He won Best Actor for that.
Nice.
Apparently.
And Nomadland, which I've heard but I haven't seen.
I saw the trailers for that, and I haven't seen it.
All right.
Is that all of them?
That's all that were the movie. Well, I mean, there's more that were nominated, but I think that would just be a big list of movies we haven't seen.
Yep.
Yeah, with the Oscars, I'm kind of indifferent too, but I see like there's value in it, but there's also not value. I think when the Oscars started, and every single industry has this, it's professionals recognizing their coworkers and colleagues. Like, if you're a salesman, and it's like, hey, this dude sold the most computers at our work, we're gonna give him an award. And it's like, that's more. Well, I guess that's more of an objective thing.
Yeah.
Or like, at schools, in school districts, I know this is a thing. You can nominate, at least teachers. In the school district, that I worked at, you can nominate teachers for this person goes above and beyond every single day. They do really good work. The kids love them. They're awesome. I'd like to nominate this person for an award. And then their names get put in a thing. There's a whole process. They get awarded. So I think on that sense, I think that's a really beautiful thing of fellow filmmakers coming together and recognizing each other and being like, hey, like Chloe Zhao did awesome in Nomadland. We're going to nominate her because I think that movie was awesome. It kind of checks all the boxes of like what I look for in a movie and that kind of thing. I think that's a really cool, beautiful thing. Then, like, and of course, like, I don't think you can't, like, the idea of giving a movie an award is kind of absurd. Like, because as if, like, your movie isn't valid unless you have an award. So I think that's a little bit ridiculous, that nature. But, like, I can appreciate, of course, like, the
recognition that comes
the recognition, like, this award means nothing, but it's just, like, other than peers recognizing their peers. There's also a whole celebrity aspect of it, too, because when they started airing the Oscars, there wasn't the internet, there wasn't magazines. So, like, the idea of, like, hey, we could turn on the TV and see Jimmy Stewart and, like, Marilyn Monroe and Grace Kelly, Audrey, we could see all these people at once on the same program, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's that whole aspect which was a novelty for the time, but now it's just kind of like, it's not so much about the movies, it seems like, or has. It's more about like, let's make it a big entertaining award show, which I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't know. Some people say speeches are too long or whatever, but like, in my opinion, as like someone who loves movies, I would love to see like a show where it's like, okay, the movie's gonna it's this, let's say 4 hours long or whatever. There's not going to be any like dumb skits. There's not going to be any like dumb dance number, or maybe they sing the songs that are nominated, but like there's not going to be any excess kind of stuff. It's just going to be the award winners giving their speeches. I think that would also be a really encouraging thing for people to see, because it's like, they get up there and they can't get a word in because it's like, I like to thank this person, this person, this person, and they're just listing off names, and it's like, let's dig a little deeper with that.
Yeah.
Because it'd be really cool to hear what advice they have to other people in their field.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that'd be really cool. And there's also that thing going on of like more movies should be nominated for like more of these types of movies, or more of these types of movies should be nominated, but it's like, and then it's like a people's choice thing, which isn't what it's supposed to be. That's kind of what it turned into. So I don't know. I'm kind of mixed, but I see what could be good in it. I know like there's things that I don't like about it. But I think if we like, I think a huge thing is like if we took them as like a country or whatever, as if it's a huge important issue. If we took them less seriously, I think they'd be a lot more fun, because there's so much reverence around it and so much just like the Oscars, which I get, like when you get into movies, it's really exciting and thinking about your movie being nominated or like getting an award, but it's like,
well, that like could catapult your career, and you can ride off that forever.
Yeah, and that's another, like back in the day, movies used to be a way of like exposing people, or the Oscars used to be a way of like exposing people to like, this is a really, really good movie that not a lot of people would have seen, but because it has an Oscar, you're going to go see it. Now it's kind of, you already know what kind of movies are going to be nominated, so you go out and see them. But then smaller movies, which are unrecognized and might be just as good, if not better, which all objective, no good or bad necessarily. But those movies just get left behind and stuff. So yeah, it's I don't know, mixed. That's mixed emotions. But I didn't watch this year because what was happening this year?
Filming Video Carnage, probably.
It was a Sunday. Oh, you know what? We weren't filming.
Oh.
I know exactly. I was lying in bed, just depressed, thinking about Video Carnage. No, I'm not joking. I was sitting right here, and I was just like, how are we going to finish this movie? And I was just like, thinking like,
oh no,
trying, when you're a filmmaker and you're in problem solving mode, and it's just like that, the wheels are spinning and all that stuff. That's what I was doing. I usually do watch it though, because I like to just kind of stay informed with what's going on there. I think if you know anything about us, we're not like we preach no budget filmmaking, but we're
fans of movies.
We're fans of all movies, Hollywood included. I think the thing we'll say is we're not a huge fan of how abusive Hollywood can be, for sure. Like that's horrible and atrocious. But I think to act like Hollywood doesn't produce some great movies, I think, because I think they do. I think it does. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I would say for us, if you're a fan of our channel and you're watching us, no budget filmmaking isn't necessarily the end of the line, right? But I think it's a stop on every filmmaker's dream or their career. You know what I mean? So like, when you start out making movies, you're gonna be a no-budget filmmaker, regardless, for however many years. And then eventually you might move on to other things and try to get a career in the industry, or you might just stay around for no-budget filmmaking, and that's totally cool too.
Yeah.
Whichever one that works for you. There's no right or wrong. No judgment or anything. Yeah. But I think there's a lot of skills you learn in this stage, and there's a lot of things that are applicable to a career in the industry that are really useful that you learn during the no budget period.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That was very beautiful.
What was
your little speech?
What did I say?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
But it was good. Good thing
what
the camera was
about?
rolling. No budget filmmaking in the Oscars and
Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a viewer, here's what else. If you're just a fan of watching movies, I would just say. Wait, no, that's a total non sequitur. I'm so scatterbrained right now.
It's fine.
Yeah. When it comes to, well, I'll say that the Oscars is like, just watch what you want to watch, and you are going to enjoy watching movies so much more, rather than if you're like, I feel like I have to see this because everyone's talking about it, so I'm going to see it. Like, check out the popular movies that people are talking about if you want. But I have ever since I had that mentality for a long time of like, I need to stay up to date with everything. I need to watch as many things, which I do still kind of try to do. But now I'm just like, I'm going to watch everything that I want to watch, everything that looks good to me. And that's kind of where I am right now with like my watching habits.
Same.
Is like, there's some movies that get a lot of attention that like everyone's talking about, and I'll see the preview and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look like it's for me.
Yeah.
I'm happy it exists. I'm happy there's an audience for it, but I'm not personally into it, so I just won't see it.
Yeah.
Unless like, I'm trying to think if there's ever been a case where I really didn't want to see a movie, and then everybody was like, but you have to see it, and then I watched it and I was like, whoa, I should have seen it.
Yeah.
I bet that's happened at some point.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't even that case necessarily, but I'm just thinking of like the last big movie that everyone saw, it took me forever, was Parasite. Like it took me so
we have a video
long.
on that.
If you go back and watch our video of our reaction to Parasite, that was my first time watching Parasite.
And
only time.
I'm gonna ruin a little thing for the audience here.
Yeah.
I'd seen, when we recorded that video,
You've never seen it.
I'd seen Parasite like 5 times.
I'd never seen it.
But we wanted
I was genuine.
We wanted to make a jokey kind of video making fun of like reactions.
Yeah.
But I kind of love video reactions too.
They're great.
Of movies. Like it's a great way to rewatch your favorite movie.
Yeah. It's so good because you don't have to spend the time but you get to like relive kind of those moments again.
Yeah.
I love it. There are a couple of channels that I watch. I'm like, this is great. I
love rewatching. I always look for people rewatching Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi. I always go to those 2 movies and look at people's reactions, and it's like, I know people like kind of dogpiled on George Lucas back in the day, but I really wish, I hope that he uses the internet and YouTube.
He goes to Reddit,
and I hope that he watches people's reactions to Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Because
that movie really works.
Yeah.
I'm not good or bad, like that's your own opinion, but when people watch it, they have strong reactions to Revenge of the Sith. Especially if you are like and that's regardless if you watch the movies 4 through like release order or like 1 through 6 or 1 through 9.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. Like Revenge of the Sith has some huge moments in it that people always react to. Like the biggest being like Anakin cutting off Mace's hand.
Yeah.
Or like Anakin choking Padme, or like him burn, like people like
him burning is intense.
It's crazy. And people don't expect it, and it like catches them off guard.
Well, in any other movie, he would have come back. Like he would have been redeemed at that point. But you can't. It's so cool. Yeah. Especially people who aren't like big Star Wars people, who are like our age but didn't grow up with it.
Exactly.
Those are people who it's so interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Because people in our bubbles generally aren't like that.
Yeah.
Like they're all a lot of our friends
we only hang out with Star Wars.
We only hang out with Star Wars fans. No, but it's like it's so fascinating to see someone who's like, what is such a big cultural thing like Star Wars. Yeah. But don't really know it in and out, and that's just such a cool experience because we can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's I think this is sacrilegious to some people. I think, in my opinion, if you're going to watch Star Wars for the very first time, I would say do it chronologically, not in release order.
You won me over on this. I used to be a release order guy.
Because of... Okay. So, how much time we got?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Okay, I'm going to try to finish this up. Essentially, when you watch, if you know nothing about Star Wars, you're going to watch this wonderful kids movie, episode 1 and 2, and it's going to do great. Like we just said, Revenge of the Sith goes crazy. The main character, the hero of the saga, makes all of the wrong decisions, and you know that they're wrong decisions, and the intensity just goes all the way up. It's absolutely insane. I think Anakin's turn is a lot more dramatic and effective, and it makes episode 6 that much more emotional. And I think that Star Wars as a whole is a lot bigger than just the I am your father twist. I don't think, that's a great twist. That's an awesome kind of thing. But I think the story of Anakin Skywalker himself, I think that's a really powerful arc in movies. And I think seeing him make all those dumb decisions, especially if you don't know the movies and you don't know anything about it, you're seeing Anakin make all those dumb choices. And you're like, what's going to happen next? You follow his son. You follow his kids and Leia and everything. And Luke, it motivates Luke because in episode 5, Luke is going out there in Dagobah. He's rational. He's making quick decisions. He's quick to anger. He goes off to face Darth Vader.
Wrong decision.
He's just like his dad, and he gets his ass whooped. So when you come to episode 6, now granted, if you're watching them today, you're aware that there's 9 of them, so you don't know where it could go from there. When you get to 6, you're like, ooh, he's choking people when he comes to Jabba's palace. He's dressed in all black. He's like, it's a real valid threat that Luke could turn to the dark side in that moment, and he doesn't. And I think it makes that movie, that arc, so much more powerful as a first-time viewer. Is the I'm your father thing one of the greatest twists in history? Absolutely. But I think that arc, it's a lot more engaging when you watch it 1 through 6 or 9. Yeah. That's my pitch.
Good job. You did that in like a minute.
How did we get on this? What did we start talking about today?
I don't remember. Movies.
This is a real filmmaker hangout. This is like what hanging out with us is actually like.
Yeah, this is what we do.
Just talk about movies.
Yep. There are 2 things in our meetings that we always say are allowed to interrupt like serious conversations, and that is Star Wars and Zack Snyder. Those are the 2 things that we're like, we will stop any conversation, no matter how in it we are, at least for a minute, and just let the Star Wars or the Zack Snyder stuff breathe. We love it. Yeah. Well, this was fun.
If you watched all of that, awesome job. Props to you.
I guess it's more like a podcast.
Yeah, it's more of a podcasty kind of thing.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming along on this little journey.
Let us know if we should do more of these, because we did it because we were kind of like just tired and we wanted to make something. We didn't have ideas for a super short, concise video. So if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, just us talking about other movies in general, let us know and we'll get on that.
I could see live streaming in the future, even maybe from us.
Yeah, if you want us to live stream.
So if that's something you're interested in, I don't know. Just an idea. We're trying to see what people want from us and what we want to do, other than features. That's,
it's killing us.
It's killing us. We want to make more features. But,
yes, we do.
But it's just hard when you're in that stretch. Y'all know it. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.